Hello, my name is Miss Devon, and today in this series we're going to talk about the part of speech called the verb. Now, before we begin, as usual, please find your journal, a pencil, and your colored writing utensils. So for me, I like to use these colored pencils. Feel free to pause the video if you need to go assemble those items. And now we're back ready with all of our things. So here we have our journal. We record each time what the name of the part of speech is, the definition, and some examples. So I like to start by writing the part of speech. Today's part of speech is verb. Verb comes from the word verbum, meaning the word. And we use a red sphere to symbolize it. The red sphere is round like the sun. And just as the sun breathes fire and life into matter, the verb gives life to the noun. So let's talk more about that. What does that mean, how the verb gives life to the noun? Well, if I said something like, I run, I was the noun, but run, that's the verb. Or the cat sits. We can have the cat. But what does it do? What life is it activating? Sits, even if it's a mellow action. So for our definition of a verb, it is an action word. Action word. And some examples. For our examples, we're going to make a little activity. So before we finish with our paper, first we need to symbolize the red circle next to the verb. So please find a red color and make a medium-sized circle by verb. You can record that. Remember to pause the video if you need more time for recording the words written down. All right, so instead of recording my examples in my language journal, I'm actually going to record them on slips of paper. Now, I did find little bits of red paper in my house, but if you do not have red paper in your home, that's okay. You can cut them out on any type of paper. You can have small scraps, you could take paper from your language journal, whatever you need so that you have small slips of paper, because we're going to play a game with these. Sometimes it's helpful to have a partner for this game. So I'll show you how to play, and then you can try with a partner. First, though, we need to write down verbs on our pieces of paper. So I have lots of different verbs. Sing is a verb. Hide. Dig. Look. I wrote down 15 different verbs. You can go ahead and pause the video now if you'd like and write down your 15 words, and I'll show you the rest. Or I can show you the game and you can make your materials at the end. So once I have my 15 words, I can choose one for my partner. And act it out. If you guessed dance was the word I had, you would be right. The action that I did, the verb that I did, was dance. Let's try another. That one was a little harder. If you guessed dig, you would be right. The verb was dig. And the game would go on as such. Now here's the thing. If you don't have someone to play this game with, perhaps your family members are busy, or you're wanting to do this in this activity on your own, that's totally fine. One alternative then is you can get another set of little pieces of paper and write the number 2 through 10 on the pieces. That way, you can choose your own action card and choose a number. I got jump as my action, 2 as my number. I would stand up and jump 2 times. You can continue those as many times as you'd like and as frequently as you'd like. When you're finished, it's your choice if you'd then like to write down your examples on a piece of paper in your language journal. So I could write down jump, dance, dig, and record all of my verbs. We've done quite a few lessons now. If you've been watching along through each of the series, or if this is your first one, welcome. I think now is a good time to introduce you to a little bit of organization, because we've made different materials and now it's starting to accumulate. So I would put all my actions in one bag. One Ziploc bag with the numerals as well. That way I have everything in one place. Then this is going to go into a box I've prepared called Language Box. I found this in my recycling, and maybe you have boxes in your recycling as well. That way we can keep track of our materials. You now have two places to practice your works at home if you'd like. You have a language box that will get filled with more ideas, and your language journal to use as a reference tool for all your parts of speech. Thanks for joining me, and let's look forward to the next video. It'll be on adverbs.